Today I'm going to show you how to improve your photos in Photoshop with the spot healing brush tool and a few adjustment layers. Let's get started. The first thing I'm going to do is press J to bring up my spot healing brush tool, and then I'm simply going to go over some of his suit and see if there's any marks or any colors that are not blending well, or just simply any lint on his suit jacket that I want to get rid of that makes the suit look a little bit more clear and a little bit more polished. And again, I can spend as much time or as little time as I want to do this. I'm not going to do the skin in this video because I already have videos on that, and you can check my tutorials on my channel. Okay, now once I do that, I'm going to zoom out with Command or Control 0. Then I'm going to go to my adjustment layers. I'm going to select probably the most used one. I'm going to select my curves adjustment layer. And what I'm going to do here is the photo is borderline overexposed with all the sunlight here, so bringing it up doesn't do much, but I do want to bring it down slightly. So I'm going to bring it down like that. And then we'll also going to go over here and we're going to add a vibrance layer. So people often ask, what is the difference between saturation? I'll increase that right here. And what is the difference between vibrance? And so what saturation does, it brings up the color of everything in the photo, so much so that it looks overexposed, as I did here. And what vibrance does is it gives saturation. It gives color to the very dull places of the photo. So the places of the photo that are very white, very gray, very black. So if I increase the vibrance, you can only see that sort of let me increase the vibrance all the way that not many colors are changing, but simply that dark blue sign is increasing a little bit and his suit is kind of getting a little bit darker. So in that case, I'm going to slightly increase the vibrance, and then I'm going to slightly increase the saturation. Next thing we're going to do is one of my favorite layers is the selective color layer. And what we're going to do here is we're going to, again, work on decreasing the overexposure here. So we're going to make sure the colors is set to white, and we're going to bring down the whites in this photo almost all the way, almost 100%, just because there's so much sunlight in this photo. And again, this works on the CMY scale, not the RGB scale. So if you ever want to think of CMY, the opposite of it is the retrospective. So C is the opposite of R. So C, if I go all this way, it will become red. And if I go all this other way, it will become cyan, which is essentially blue. And then CM is magenta. And then so that's RG. So the opposite of magenta is green. So if I go this way, it will be green. If I go this other way, it will be red. Again, we don't want to do much with this when we do. And yellow, again, the opposite of yellow is blue. I think we all learned this in kindergarten, but we all forget it. I actually may increase the magentas a little bit just because I kind of like the color it gives to a suit. It also adds a little bit of color to the floor. Then what we can also do is we can add one more adjustment layer. And in this case, it's nice to add a photo filler. And this is just like the Instagram fillers. You can choose one of the default settings and see what kind of filter is applied to the photo. And what we're going to do, we can mess with this a lot, but I kind of want to add this underwater filter right here. So then we're going to increase the density a little bit just to get it like that. So there you go. This is the before of our photo, and this is the after. Hope you guys like that. Have a great day.